Hello everyone and welcome back to Paranormal Time. Today's video is all about the paranormal, whether you are a believer or skeptic. There is no denying that the idea of ghost spirits and other supernatural entities has captivated people for centuries. In this video, we'll research some of the most compelling evidence for paranormal activity, sharing some of the most chilling stories of ghostly encounters, and discussing some of the most popular theories, what lies beyond our realm of understanding. So turn off the light, grab a blanket, and get ready to explore the mysterious and often terrifying world of the paranormal time. Let's get started. Apology for if you see any mistake. Today I'm going to tell haunted school story. I received a message yesterday from my friend who wanted to keep the information confidential. The beginning of his message was exactly like this. And yesterday something happened with me that had never happened before, meaning I will never forget it. In such circumstance, when I asked what had happened, he said, I study at school. Our school is on the 4th floor and next it to there is another branch of a school, which is independent. It's new branch for students in grade 7-8 and classes are going on there. And we have classes in the old branch. I'm studying in 10th grade, mostly use the freshen room from the new building. The washroom of the new hall has not been completed yet, but its freshman room has been made on the 3rd floor, which is very beautiful, but still railing or anything else hasn't been installed around it, as well as waterlogging occurs something, or sometimes we all go together to that new freshman room during lunchtime because it's more spacious. Don't friends always enjoy working together at new place where everything is new? So yesterday around 3 o'clock, when it was extremely hot outside, I went alone to that freshman room to freshen up. It should be noted that at first part of an unfinished building after class, then towards washroom for away from main railings, completely open and somewhat slippery due to accumulated water, so chance of falling down were high if anyone went there later. Our teachers strictly prohibited any student from going towards their side since creating those railings. Then when I left the freshman room and headed towards class, my gaze went to open space and I don't see anyone there. After taking a few steps forward, a word came into my ear as if someone called me, companion. It was around 3:30 p.m. at that time and hearing the call made me feel very familiar. I turned back and saw my best friend, Tanya, standing on the railing in that open space. I was surprised because she hadn't come to school for more than 1 month. Seeing her, I wonder if I should take to her because we are having argument. Thinking about all this, I became a little proactive towards her. Then I asked her what she was doing here. She said she is coming to school. Then I told her that you were not seen in class. So took roll call but did not hear any noise from you. Where have you been? And that the thing and surprised me most was the completed change of clothes style from head to feet, covered in black cloths with 5 bangles on each hand. Nothing could be seen from feet up. So then again asked him, where did this change happen? When did you start wearing veil? That means only looking at him intently without saying anything big or small. He just kept smiling continuously. Meaning at that time my entire perception towards him changed. Then I said, what will I say? Let's talk after class, and sat down. Saying this, I took 4-5 steps toward and suddenly I felt that he was holding my hand. And it felt like someone had touched my hand and with a piece of cold ice. His hand was so cold that as soon as we walked 4-5 steps away from each other, how did he hold my hand for a moment? A person's hand is not so long immediately. I asked him why his hand is so cold. Did you dip your hand on ice, water, or touch me with a piece of ice? Later he told me to listen carefully. There is something to tell you, and held my hand, taking me to open space and firmly held onto my arm, looking at me intently. My head wasn't working when what's going on here. Meanwhile, lunchtime was over too. I told him, "Brother, what's the problem? Tell me, because it's time for class now. If you don't want to go to class, then leave, otherwise come with me to class and talk later." He said no, I won't go, which made it seem like he was saying that backwards. I thought, what kind of strange behavior is this? He stood close beside his body, touching mine tightly while breathing heavily, but couldn't understand anything he said. After a few moments, one of our teacher called out from behind asking, "What are you doing here?" As soon as I heard the sound in my ear, I turned around and saw my teacher standing behind me. In an instant, I realized that Tanya was nowhere to be found. My hands and feet began to tremble uncontrollably, and I couldn't understand what to say. The power that would have allowed me to call out for help was not there. Words were stuck in my throat. Then my teacher came over and grabbed me by hand. Why I had gone there? Did she not forbid us from going there? I told her that it wasn't me who went there, but rather my best friend took me along with her. And you know what? My teacher didn't come to class today either. She asked if we were making excuses for skipping class or something like that, but I told her no. It was true that we went with my best friend. Suddenly she fell silent, as if lost in thought. Then she asked if everything was okay with me because of this incident. "Yes, ma'am," I replied obediently. Then she said, "That's why they targeted you." But it seems like he wasn't telling me anything. After a while, ma'am told me that you were sick and didn't need to attend class today. You could take the day off and go home. I didn't say I needed a day off. I would attend class. Then ma'am said, "Okay, whatever you think is best for you." So I went to sit in class, but I felt like something heavy was pressing on my chest from behind, and I couldn't breathe properly. My body was trembling with the weight of it. All the hand and held onto me so tightly. Before now felt as hard as stone. I couldn't understand what was happening to me. Then finally, when class ended, I prepared to go home after school hours. When news came that principal sir wanted to see me in his room straight away. He asked me to sit down first and then said he had heard there was some problem with you today and no one else the school should know about this because it would ruin the image of our school if mothers started sending their children elsewhere instead of here. My friend said she never ever mentioned your name or anything related to this incident, but still they brought her into the principal's office just because of she knew us both well enough. I don't know when they thought it necessary to tell me any of this. I don't know why they thought it necessary to tell me any of this since my health is already bad. Sir, but now it seems everyone needs to know about this issue at school, which has been going on for quite some time now. Afterwards, her mind became disturbed by these events throughout the evening until eventually she decided that calling Tanya might be appropriate under such circumstances where we feel someone's absence more acutely than usual or haven't seen them in a long time. Perhaps sensing an emptiness within ourselves which promotes us towards reaching out despite previous failed attempts at communication. When Tanya answered her call later that night, her first question was, "How are you doing?" To which Tanya replied, "I'm fine," but with a heavy voice indication maybe anger or frustration over something else, entirely unrelated yet weighing heavily upon her heart. Some words after learning about this incident, I am questioning the responsibility of the school authorities. Every institution officials will want their institution to be respected, so they should not play with students' lives. Where a girl has committed suicide once, did they take any consciousness or responsibility? It is natural that children will go towards that direction in the guise of playing games, and if it is said that going there orally is prohibited, then it must be done. The work of the building is not ending for some reason, but sometimes work happens again and stops. It may not be normal for something ongoing at a running school suddenly stop working. So there you have it, folks, a glimpse into the mysterious and often terrifying world of the paranormal time. Whether you are a believer or skeptic, there is no denying the enduring fascination that people have with ghost spirits and other supernatural entities. We hope you enjoyed this video and that it has left you with some new insights and perspective on this intriguing topic. As always, thank you for watching and we will see you in the next one. Until then, stay healthy, stay tuned, see you in the next episode. Good night.